Good evening, I'm Chris Thomas. This is a breaking news update on the Caldor Fire. It is getting closer to South Lake Tahoe. We have new video along Highway 50 next to Sierra at Tahoe. Just look at this. Cabins in the Camp Sacramento area now on fire, and mandatory evacuation stretch all the way through Myers and parts of the Tahoe Basin. Everything that's in red on this map is now under evacuation warnings. Now, as you can see, the city of South Lake Tahoe not being told to leave just yet, but be prepared. Everyone is encouraged to take Highway 50 into the state of Nevada. ABC 10's Van 2 is live along Highway 50 in Myers with more. Van.
Well, Chris, new information this hour as well. The Caldor Fire has dropped in containment from 19% down to 13% with the rapid fire progression we saw early this evening and into this night. So we are here in Myers, just east of the roundabout here at 89. And I'll tell you what, even Cal Fire public information officers are not allowed to go over the pass. That is how dangerous it is after the fire made a run for Sierra at Tahoe. It's such a big landmark in our area. So here at Myers, really a ghost town. All we're really seeing now after 2 hours since that evacuation was called for this area are first responders making their rounds, making sure that people get out, people who need more time get assistance. Now, Cal Fire officials say that tonight the ember spread has been casting from anywhere from a quarter mile to a mile, really pushing this fire towards the Tahoe Basin. What you're seeing now also is the fire progression on the south end of the fire towards Kirkwood. Amador County Sheriff's Office calling evacuations in the Kirkwood and Silver Lake area as well. We caught up with some folks who have been packing for the past week, really preparing for this moment, but not expecting it. But here we are, evacuation orders on very populous areas as the Caldor Fire pushes on. Take a listen to what one man had to say.
Oh, we started a week ago. I mean, we've made many loads out of the valley already because this is our home. And
these are our homes. So many people here fleeing their homes. It's a very scary situation, really no drill. And I want to show you what we're seeing here. Right now, ash, embers flying here. And this is what we're seeing. People think that it could be a wall of fire coming down, but really it's these ember casts. You can see this dry piece that fell on some dry brush here. And this, if this was hot, this could spark another fire, a spot fire, really potential to spread this fire even further with winds expected to really pick up in the coming days. Chris?
That is good perspective of what we are seeing there on the ground. Our Van 2 with the live update. We have more from Sierra at Tahoe tonight. ABC 10 was there at the resort today. Firefighters have been staging in the area, trying to fight the fire and protect structures. Now, we've been keeping in touch with the general manager. He says he's been encouraged by the amount of resources that have arrived at the resort. But as we have been reporting throughout the day, conditions are changing even as we speak. This is a live picture from the resort tonight at the top of one of the resort ski lifts. You can see flames out there on top of the mountain, very dry conditions as well. All of that smoke there in the distance. Cal Fire says the fire has moved more than 2 miles today. There you see those flames that I was referencing there off in the distance. Moved more than 2 miles with no sign of slowing down. The fire has. ABC 10's Luke Clary has more from Echo Summit on Highway 50.
This here is Echo Summit. This is a new staging area. They've been moving eastward from Strawberry to Sierra at Tahoe. This is the newest location. Here we see firefighters providing structure defense. Homes located here at Phillips Station. Looks like those structures are still standing. This is just west of Phillips Station. We're just gonna have to turn around here because there is virtually no visibility at this point. I see a cabin actually right here, just off the side of the road. Looks like fire is burning very close to this cabin. We saw active flames less than a mile west of here on Highway 50. And now we see Cal Fire crews providing structure protection, clearing brush from around this cabin.
Meteorologist Monica Woods now, because I know you're tracking even more fire danger in the days ahead.
Right, and especially we're looking at where is this fire growing. Now, Van was talking about along Highway 88. You can see all the darker red spots. Those are the most recent hotspot activity. Now, as we travel our way northward along Highway 50, this is where a lot of concern has been as that fire continues to grow into some more populated areas, especially Myers and certainly South Lake Tahoe. One of the areas that is really showing some technology and the ability even in the nighttime hours when cameras aren't necessarily able to get a good view is these thermal hotspot cameras. Now, these were just installed Friday from the Alert Wildfire Network. Here's what you can see. Here's the ridge top right here, and it's spotting over the ridge top coming closer to the Tahoe Basin. So we're just miles away from this actually starting to reach the basin. Earlier, just beyond this, we were looking kind of at a westward looking camera, and we weren't seeing much on this as far as the flames actually starting to spot over the hill. So this is showing growth towards the Tahoe Basin. Here's a look at the perimeter. Now, winds are starting to shift. This is a very typical pattern. What happens in the overnight hours is winds start to change direction. So usually during the day, we'll see those upslope winds, very low humidity, and of course the high heat. But overnight, what happens is those winds start to turn downslope. This is actually a time frame when firefighters can start to make an upper hand on, or start to get an upper hand on some of those spot fires that are starting to move a little bit farther out. So a lot will be happening overnight tonight. The unfortunate part is things turn very quickly tomorrow to this red flag warning. And of course covers not only the Caldor Fire, but the Dixie Fire. It's been a really tough firefight from the air today as well because of the amount of smoke. Here's a look at the winds that are going to start to shift. Again, tonight, winds aren't going to be too problematic, a little bit lighter. Looking at downslope winds, those tend to increase the humidity a little bit. It's not going to be great, but it will be better than what we were seeing for today. And then by the time we get to tomorrow afternoon and Tuesday is the day that I'm really seeing, look at this, how much the contours start to shift, especially right on the east side of what is right now the perimeter. Those winds coming from the south and west will take that fire up to the north and east, closer to the Tahoe Basin and South Lake Tahoe. So that's the basic situation that we're looking at, and big concerns to get a handle on this fire before it grows any closer to Tahoe.
Monica, thank you. And now to ABC 10's Brandon Ritterman with more on the threat to Tahoe tonight.
Want to talk about the threat to the Tahoe Basin? This map is showing you heat scans from earlier today along the 50 corridor of where the fire was then. It's progressed some both to the east and to the north since then. But there's been a lot of talk about this area, Desolation Wilderness, beautiful backcountry there. And it's a big granite valley area that's just got a lot of exposed rock and not a lot of trees. And folks have been counting on this as, oh, this might give us a bit of a buffer to South Lake Tahoe from the fire advancing northeast, which is true if the fire was only here. The problem is the fire is south of that position. It's burned through Strawberry and up into Sierra at Tahoe Ski Resort. And if you look around there, if this fire burns on the south side of Deso, it's got trees to run all the way over Echo Summit and down into these homes in Christmas Valley. And you can see there's really just not a lot to stop the fire from progressing well into the Tahoe Basin and the city of South Lake Tahoe. That is why, if you live in this area, it's a good idea to get out now, even if you haven't been told you have a mandatory evacuation, because the only route out of here is to go through State Line and over Kingsbury or over to Carson City through Spooner Summit.
Good perspective. Here at ABC 10, we stand for you. If you have any questions about evacuations or anything related to the Caldor Fire, you can text the word closings to 916-321-3310. We'll send you information on resources for the fire and more right to your cell phone.